Hey, what's going on? Paul Farmer here. This is Freedom Project Live, episode 179. And what I'm doing on these is I share with you my journey online. I share with you mindset tips, marketing tips, and anything else that I feel can bring you value. So recently, I've been doing this thing where I've been chronicling, I've been sharing what I've been doing with this opportunity I'm a part of following this training that multi-millionaire laid out for us, part of this mentoring program I'm a part of, just kind of following along, doing what he says. And I'm just basically showing you what I'm doing on a daily basis to grow my business. And the goal is to get to $10,000 a month. That is the goal without paid ads. Now, do I know how long it's going to take? I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm stepping in faith. I'm following a proven plan, a plan that's been in effect for about 30 years. So this is not a new plan. It's proven. But there are a few things I want to go over in today's episode, just to hopefully it will help you a little bit. So just to report, I have not made another sale in this opportunity, but by doing the activities I've been doing, I've been making sales in other opportunities that I have. So by taking action, I am still getting results. The results may not be with this opportunity per se, in the form of being monetary right away, but it is still happening elsewhere. I had a few more sales come in other opportunities over the weekend. And I had a guy message me and tell me that he's ready to get started, in something else at a higher level as well. So is this working? I would say it definitely is. Is it going as fast as I'd like it to go? I would say no. Is it simple to do? Yes. Are the things I'm doing things you couldn't do? You absolutely could do them. These are very simple things. It's just a matter of doing them. So I was watching this training over the weekend. My mentor did. A mentor of mine did. Mentor I'm following right now. I have a few different mentors actually, and I take a little bit from each one what they do. I learn from each one, but I don't go too far outside that realm. I try to keep it very, very tight. Grant Cardone says, choose two people and go deep with them, right? So I don't want to spread it too thin. So I really just want to learn and master what they're saying, right? But anyway, he was saying that when you're starting something new, okay, so even though I joined this mentoring program and had this wealth vehicle for over a year, I didn't actually start. I mean, I did make some sales in the past and then I stopped. And I stopped because what happens to many people is they think they have a better way. And while I have made sales, I've sponsored in 2 years in one opportunity, I sponsored over 1,000 people. Okay. That's fact. I'm not making that up. I know that's rare air. I know that's rare air. Not too many people do that. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying I have done that. That is fact. Okay. So I do know how to bring people in at a low cost and then bring them up from there. I do know how to do that. What I didn't know how to do very well was I didn't know how to start them at a higher place. Okay. And that's a skill I wanted to learn. So what I ended up doing was going back to this mentoring program because that's what they teach you to do. They teach you how to position it so you can earn bigger income on the front end without paid marketing. And that's just awesome in my book because that opens the door to everybody, because in my experience, I'm going to get back, just hold on a second. I'm going to get back to the point I was going to make before I went down this road, but I'm going to say this. And my mentor says the same thing. He's like, so many people are coming in this industry and they're being lied to. And maybe I shouldn't say they're being lied to, but They kind of are. They kind of are, because they're being told that if they have a fancy sales funnel and they just run traffic to that funnel, they're going to make all these sales. And I just want to be clear. Like, I'm not against funnels and I'm not against paid traffic. I'm not against that. I do that myself. Right now, I'm not doing it. Right now, I'm doing this as kind of a case study. I kind of want to share with you. I want you to see that, hey, you know what? There is a way to do it for free, and you're going to witness it. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it anyway. And honestly, I have wanted to stop. I've wanted to stop doing the video and chronicling this because, you know, the results are not what you probably want to see. You know, you're probably like, oh, wow. So you made one $1,000 sale doing this, and you made some sales and other things. Big deal, right? Big deal. But what you're not understanding, and my wife told me this over the weekend too. She's like, you know, you're making sales on Facebook for free. Do you know how many people want to do that? And I was like, because I just have big expectations, right? I just do. This is how I'm programmed. This is how I am. And I, you know, I stopped for a minute. I was like, yeah, you know, you're right. You're right. You know, so many people are sitting in traffic for hours on end. So many people are working 12-hour days, 16-hour days. I talk to people that have 3 jobs just to put food on the table, just to make ends meet. 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Like, there's this love affair with doing something you absolutely hate, and I don't understand it. I really don't. Like, people fight to do the thing they absolutely hate. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it is what it is. You know, a lot of us have been programmed, as me too, as an employee, and that's all we know. We don't know any other way to make income. We don't know any better. So we just think, oh, well, if I add another job, if I work more hours, if I do overtime, I'm going to get ahead. But no, all that happens is you get burned out. That's all that happens. Sure, you make a little money, but what's the big deal? What's the deal? You have no life. You can't do anything, right? So it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. Like, I do understand it because I went through it. I was like, oh, yeah, if I work more hours, I make more money, right? Oh, I get double pay. I get double time if I do overtime, right? Like, I get it because I was there. I've done that. But it's not the answer. It's not going to get you what you want. It's going to just burn you out is what it's going to do. It's going to make you tired. It's going to make you hate life. That's what it's going to do. But let me just get back to the funnel and the traffic. Okay. So many people, and again, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but many people, one of the reasons why they have such a bad experience in this industry is they come in and they're told, hey, take this funnel, take this website, whatever, and get traffic to it. And I'm one of those guys. I told people to do this. And it does work. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it works when there's an element of relationship built in, no like trust built in. If you don't have that, if it's just a carbon copy email that everybody else is sending, you don't stand out from the crowd. And this is a people business. So if you are not like learning how to communicate with people effectively via communicating with them through like either texting, talking on the phone, getting on video, if you don't know how to communicate with them through the written word, if you don't know how to communicate with them effectively, you're going to struggle. Because it's a people business and people want to work with people that they see can help them. And if you're just hiding behind your funnel, running cold traffic, nobody knows you, to a funnel, to an email series that has no originality, no personality, you are going to struggle. You're probably going to come up in the red. You probably are. And again, I'm not against paid marketing. What I believe is you have a mix of, and every top marketer I've seen that has something that has to do with people. I'm not talking about CPA. I'm not talking about Amazon. I'm not talking about e-commerce or anything. I'm not talking about Forex. I'm not talking about binary options. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. I'm talking about people, working with people. anything you do where you're working with people, you need to develop a relationship some way, somehow. Again, that could be through your emails. That could be that way. But if you're just using the regular emails and you think that money's just going to pour in because that's what the message on the sales video says, you're being fooled. And this is how people get into a lot of debt. This is how people go bankrupt, because they believe that message. They keep pumping traffic, cold traffic. They're not doing anything to warm up their list, and they lose a lot of money. And then they have a sour taste, and they go around telling people it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that's like a big issue. That's a big issue. So I've kind of like completely changed my strategy, and I've gone back to very simple methods that don't require any paid marketing. And I've learned from an 8-figure marketer and a multi-millionaire over here. Okay. So I'm learning similar strategies. Okay. And they work. They are effective. They bring in sales. And that's what we want. We want sales. So now back to what my mentor was saying. Okay. So he was saying, when you're starting an opportunity, I should have said this forever ago, when you're starting an opportunity, what most people do is they do not even get into a business. They do not even start their business. And what he meant by this is they do not even communicate with 25 people a day. They do not even communicate with 25 people a day. Now, what I'm doing is 75 a day. And my minimum is 25, but I'm pushing 75 plus a day. This last week, every single day of the week, even Saturday and Sunday, I was still getting my 75. I was still doing it because that's what I committed to doing. I'm just going to do it, even though I don't feel like it. I didn't feel like it yesterday. When I learned the news of what happened with Kobe Bryant, which, I didn't know the guy personally, but I watched his whole entire career. So it did have some effect on me. Very sad, very tragic. And it definitely distracted me, but I still got my 75 done. That could have, I'm just going to take the day off and whatever, right? No. But he says minimum 25, and you have to do it consistently. If you are not doing it consistently, you will not get the results. So this is what happens. Many people, they start their business. Now, I've witnessed this firsthand. People just don't reach out to enough people. They reach out to like one person tells them, no, they're done. And they never get anywhere. And they wonder why. Oh, I don't know why I don't get any results. I don't know why my business won't grow. I don't know why no one will join with me. Because you reached out to one person, or you reached out to two. You went to a family member, which you should never do. At the beginning, I did it. I made that mistake, but you should never do that. They don't understand what you're doing. So you go out, you reach out. They reach out to like, I don't know, let's just say they reach out 5, 10 people. Maybe one day they go hard. Let's just say, oh, wow, one day, 20 people, right? And they're like, wow, a bunch of people told me no, a bunch of people ignored me. This doesn't work. So they're done. They're done. They don't keep going. The people that make it, the people that experience the breakthroughs, the people that experience actually making a full-time income, and they have these income spikes, what they do is they continually do minimum 25 a day. 25 a day minimum. That's basically you're just getting in business now. 25 a day minimum. Okay. You're connecting with people minimum. Okay. And in this mentoring program I'm in, they teach you exactly what to say, exactly how to do it, exactly how to find people. So that isn't an issue. The issue is you. The issue is, will you be consistent, or will you allow your ego and your pride to get in the way? Will you allow all the people that are, if you don't see the results right away, will you continue on? Will you continue moving? Because what happens when you continue moving, when you continue putting in the work, when you continue being consistent, what happens, and I've experienced this in another opportunity, so I know this happens, is you're basically all this activity that you're doing is starting to compress, right? You're having all these conversations, you're connecting with people, you have people that are getting ready to get started. They just haven't got started yet, and it's compressing, right? And then at some point, it just breaks open, and then you're in momentum, then you're above it. And my mentor says it takes about 3 weeks, and he calls it breaking inertia, right? And then it just opens up. The problem is the majority of people out there will not do that. They will not stay the course. They will get distracted. They will say it doesn't work. And believe me, as you are witnessing me go through this process, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't. I am making sales elsewhere though. So I know it's working, and I do have a lot of people now. I have quite a number of people now. I mean, right today I have 23 follow-ups to get back to. That's 23 people that have the video. Okay. Now I haven't walked them all through the whole process because some of them just, I kind of just go with what they like. I'm not going to push anything on them. So I'm kind of paying attention to what they're saying. So I have 23 follow-ups today to get back to. That's because I've been sending all these messages, and a number of these people, they want to get started. They're working to get the money together. So it's just a matter of time before this thing breaks open. But in the meantime, I'm still making sales elsewhere. So that's awesome. Taking action, still getting results, right? So that's awesome. But anyway, this is what I'm doing. And you can follow it. You can ignore it. I don't, whatever. I'm doing this more for me than anything, to be honest, because I want to prove to myself what is possible. And I just decided to take you on with me throughout the journey. And believe me, there are days where I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I sharing this part of the journey with people? And because part of me is like, this is just going to turn you off because it's not easy, because you're seeing me struggle, because you're seeing this stuff. But that's real. It's not fake. It's real. And I'm not out here telling you, oh yeah, you're gonna make all this money doing nothing. This is real. So when it does hit, when I do break through, and like I said, I'm making money elsewhere. So that's cool, right? That's going to keep happening because all the people I'm talking to, I'm going to fit them into something. And I do my live daily training every day that the value is far exceeds what the starting cost is. It far exceeds. I mean, I was just watching a video with one of the students who has gone on to make $200,000 by following the process. And she was saying, people say getting mentoring is expensive. Like they don't have the money, right? They don't have the money to start. But she's like, and I totally agree with her. What is the cost when it comes to you struggling, like you going through and not knowing what to do, you spending all your money on things that aren't going to produce results, you throwing crap at the wall trying to figure out what is the cost? The cost is time. The cost is money. The cost is frustration. The cost is overwhelm. When all along you could have made the investment, started learning, get on the path, a proven formula, and start getting the results you want. And maybe it doesn't come with this wealth vehicle, but maybe you have a different one and you take the strategies and you plug them into that one. See, that's where I notice many people are completely missing the bigger picture. This isn't about one wealth vehicle. It's about applying the strategies you're learning to anything you are doing. That could be health and wellness. That could be a savings program. That could be something offline. That could be real estate. That could be insurance. It could be anything. You use these strategies, and we have more than enough stories where people have used the strategies and applied it to something else in their life, and it has exploded things. Okay. So it's not just about the wealth vehicle that you pay to get this mentoring. It's not just about that. And the mentoring is a bonus, by the way. It's a bonus, a free bonus that you get, just so you know. So the cost of not doing it because you're scared, because you feel you don't have the money, the cost of not doing it far exceeds the cost of doing it, because you're wasting time. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get confused because you don't know what you're doing. Now, if you do know what you're doing, if you're killing it, no worries. Totally cool. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not happy with your results, then I highly encourage you to get plugged into somebody. It may be with what I'm doing. Click that link right below. But get plugged in with somebody that can show you a proven plan. And if that somebody doesn't have stories of people coming from zero, at least 5 stories from people coming from zero to making 6 figures, to making more than a CEO earns in a very short amount of time, then you may want to look elsewhere. You might want to learn from someone else. I'm just saying, okay? I do my own training as well, which is modeled after what I'm learning, but I am not at that level. So I cannot claim to do that, right? I have some people that have gone on to make full-time income based on what I've taught them, but I don't have the rags to riches stories like these guys do. 30 years, like there's a lot of stories. So all I'm going to say, and this is getting kind of long, I know, but I truly believe that it's all about mindset. 95% is mindset, 5% is skill set. When you get around someone that understands mindset, understands the simple, effective strategies, understands the process it takes to break through, has tons of stories. When you get around that, when you see other people that are having, big income days, that creates like a type of energy that when you're around that, it's going to come on to you, and it's going to go back out to whoever you are communicating with. So in essence, it's going to build your confidence, because you're going to see other people doing it. That's going to show that, oh, okay, so what's being taught is proven. It does work. And you're going to have more confidence in what it is you're doing. So if you like more information, click the link below. Now, I want to say one more thing, and then I'm out, because I do have to get ready for my training in a bit. But one of the things he said was he had a 10% closing rate after asking the closing question. There's a specific question we ask, and 10%. So that means 1 person out of 10 gets started. Now, that was pretty eye-opening to me. So I went back and I tracked I've been tracking my closing numbers, right? Like how many closing questions am I asking? And at this point, I believe I'm at 13. Okay. So I've had 1 sale. So that works the numbers, right? So my next one will probably come around 20. So around 7 more closing questions. So, but those were the numbers. And to increase those numbers, it's about finding people that need help and allowing them to open up and share with you what's going on. And then you can help them. Then you can help them. They drop their ego, they drop their pride, and they go, okay, I need help. I really need help. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. I appreciate you. I do hope you're getting some value from what I'm doing here. And, one day this is going to be, one powerful series, because literally you're going to watch me like go from basically like this is what I'm doing every single day. Like this is what I'm doing. I'm not telling you anything different than what I'm doing. So, and as I learn more, I'm going to share more. So keep coming back. And if you really want to fast track your success, we're in 2020. We're at the end of January. Where the heck did January go? We're at the end. Now is the time to make that decision so you can get ahead and stop the struggle, stop the confusion, stop the overwhelm. With that, make it a great day. See you on the next one.